today's video, we're going to be diving into the upcoming pattern, taking a brief look here at our ongoing major winter storm that is still wrapping up for the northeastern corner of the nation. We will also be diving into the very active, very cold pattern that we do expect to continue here for the central and eastern United States. Like I said, this one will be brief. I've been working on some stuff for Prestige Weather in our Discord server, which you can check out at the top right corner of your screen. Description and pinned comment down below. I've been doing a lot of work in there. It's in the announcements. You can check it out. We've been super active with this snowstorm and also potential other ones coming up, so be sure to join in on the action. Looking here at this storm, it is a very amped one, a very crazy one, and we've seen a multitude of different impacts. We've seen supercells out here just offshore of the Outer Banks, and some of them did even come onshore. So some really bad thunderstorms, heavy rainfall throughout a lot of the areas underneath. We saw wintry activity for many different areas, and we're still seeing it ongoing, very heavy in fact, for a lot of areas throughout New York State, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, and parts of Connecticut. Really the only northeastern state that's left out here is Rhode Island for the most part, where only the very northern area is seeing some snowfall. Of course, this has been an awesome storm, so be sure to send in your pictures, anything like that happened if you saw this snowstorm in our Discord server. We love seeing that stuff, and we even have a December photo contest going on, so be sure to submit all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our model guidance, and we're going to look at the European model, and obviously by the time we're getting towards the morning, very early morning hours of tomorrow, this storm will be wrapped up, and this is by tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be left with very cold air, some snowfall showers throughout the Rockies and northern plains, as well as for the lakes here. But for the most part, our snow system is moved out and it's done with. We can see that as we're reaching towards Thursday, we still have this northern jet digging into the central states and heading eastward, the southern jet infusing into it, and this will be our next winter storm to watch. For now, it doesn't really line up to be anything super major, but the building blocks, the puzzle pieces are there for this to actually trend into something that's a little bit more interesting. And there's no guarantee that that happens, but it is a chance as this thing just skirts across the south. We do see some snowfall for Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia here on the European model this Friday, just a few days from now. I feel like this one isn't getting talked about enough. And then it does move up into parts of the Mid-Atlantic like DC, into Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. It doesn't climb up the coast though. There is still the chance that this one trends climbing a little bit more up the coast, and we would see more impacts for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast that way. But for now, we see this one kind of sliding straight offshore pretty innocently. And then we immediately afterwards get another potential threat as that southern stream is extremely active. And this colder air is just staying in place up here. We see this second one moving through. This one doesn't line up to be much of anything at all as far as snowfall, but it's a lot of moisture, very close to very cold air. And if this thing trends northward, we could be looking at something interesting just a little bit further north than this model's currently showing it for Saturday into Sunday. That is the 6th into the 7th. So numerous threats coming up. We move on and we get a lot of different clipper systems moving through. Things actually get colder as we reach towards the 7th, 8th, 9th. That's going to be late this weekend and into early next week. We do see, again, continued clipper systems moving through. Here's one for the Midwest on Tuesday the 9th. It does move into the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast here, developing into a bit of a low offshore. Pretty classic, and that's going to be as we're moving from the 9th into the 10th. That one's not that major, but we see one right behind it for the Midwest on the 10th here, moving into the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. And this one does become a little bit more of a substantial offshore low, just offshore of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast for Thursday on the 11th. And this would pose a potential snowfall threat for a lot of these areas. We can see moderate to heavy snowfall popping up on this model as of now. And then we do switch the pattern, apparently, on these models for now. We see the main jet actually ridging towards the east. And this starts to carry winter storms more so towards the northern plains, Midwest, and Great Lakes. Again, much like what we just saw pretty recently. We see one go by, and then we actually get a very major western snow system for the tail end of the pattern. This pattern change is happening after the 10th on these models, so it is beyond 7 days out. Most of it is beyond 10 days out, so do take it with a grain of salt, but I have noticed this trend on the models. And as we just take a look at the GFS model, we see our current snowstorm move out, we get this coastal system that's actually much less impactful on this GFS model for now, the 5th and 6th. And then we see another one move in behind it. This one is more substantial on this model. We see Missouri, Illinois here for Sunday morning, seeing some snowfall. As we move forward, states like Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio start to get going. This is 1 a.m. on Monday, December 8th. We see West Virginia and Virginia getting some snowfall. And then as we keep going with it, we do see parts of the Mid-Atlantic get in on some snowfall as this low develops offshore into something pretty substantial. This is only 5 or 6 days away, medium range. Definitely something to track, and this is surely going to be the next one that we're talking about a lot, not only here on the YouTube channel, but within our Discord community. Now, as we keep going with this, we see that that one moves out. We start to get the same Clipper trend going, where we get these systems moving from the Midwest here around the 10th into the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley, and then eventually impacting the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So we get a very similar setup to the European model. Even another one moving through, bringing some Mid-Atlantic and Northeast snowfall again around the 12th and 13th. So again, numerous opportunities for snowfall, but similarly to the European model, we see this pattern completely flip after the 12th, turning into a warmer in the east, colder in the west pattern. So overall, the precipitation on the European model does start to pick up out west. We've seen a big uptrend there, and we continue to see this kind of southern stream moving across the southeastern states that brings a lot of precipitation there as well. The anomalies reflect that. A lot of activity out west and a lot of activity for the southeast. Total snowfall on the European model is more elevated out west than previous model runs because of that uptick in activity. We also see quite a bit for the northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and more on the way for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast apparently. The GFS model is going to concur. The west picks up in activity. We see still the plains, Midwest, and Great Lakes seeing some action. But the bigger story is the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, where both of these models have heavy snowfall totals even after our current ongoing snow system that's happening right now. Looking at the temperature pattern, we do see colder air heading into the east once, twice, 3 times here. 4 times maybe in there, and then we do warm up right after the 12th on this model. It looks like at the tail end, though, there is another major Arctic blast on the way towards the east. Not really super relevant because this is 360 hours out. The GFS model, we get 1 major cooldown, 2 major cooldowns, 3 major cooldowns, and then almost a 4th, a very minor one, and then we do warm up after the 12th, just like the European model. So both of those models do agree on this. I will say the ensemble guidance doesn't look too bad. This is for the 7th through the 17th. Still very warm in the west. Very cold in the east. This is the European ensemble model. And then the GFS ensemble model, same thing. Warmer out west, colder in the east. This is great agreement between these ensemble models, both for the 7th through 17th or 8th through 18th time frame here. So good agreement that the long range does look still quite favorable as we approach and pass the midway point of the month. Now, again, sorry to keep this one so brief with you guys. I've been working on a lot of stuff today, so I'm getting this one out late. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe. We upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.